2020.
Tonight on 2020.
Under the sea.
The familiar voices a little boy loved until he lost his voice, his connection to the world.
It doesn't make sense. Kids don't grow backwards.
You feel like you've lost your child.
Then found his voice again.
Oh my God, that's what he's saying.
With the help of Disney characters we all know and love.
Look for the bare necessities.
Using their voices to speak for him.
He's using these movies to interpret our world.
The astounding story of parents who found a way to talk to their shut-off son.
I grabbed the puppet.
Owen, how does it feel to be you?
Wave it, Jafar!
And that son who grew up.
Yes, Mary! Gilbert Godfrey!
And found a way to talk to the world.
What was Mufasa teaching Simba?
Now spreading his message on the radio.
My name is DJ Animator.
And in a new movie.
So please welcome OWEN Susskind.
That your life can be animated, no matter how it starts.
You're the greatest. I am the greatest.
You are the greatest.
Finding Owen, a boy's story. Good evening, I'm Deborah Roberts. Thanks for joining us this Saturday night for a story that has something for every family about never giving up. It's a story about the movies, too, and how two parents say that the animated characters from Disney movies, our parent company, spoke to their little boy, Owen, and in turn helped him speak, literally. Owen's story became the basis for the documentary Life Animated, nominated for Oscar Gold this past year. So now, lights, camera, Owen.
Daddy and Owen. Fighting with swords in the leaves.
A dad and son playing make-believe in a Massachusetts suburb.
It's a video like every family has a zillion of at this point. Leafy backyard, it's autumn. We're running in the crunching leaves.
A treasured moment in time. A backyard recreation that appears unremarkable.
Oh, thank you.
We're doing a sword fight, Peter Pan sword fight.
Oh, who are you?
I'm Peter Pan, and you Captain.
Oh, I'm Captain Hook, you're Peter Pan. Okay, come on, Pan. Oh, no.
And it was really a glimpse of a life that would soon change and vanish.
Ron and Cornelia Susskind are journalists raising two boys, 5-year-old Walt.
You want to say hi to Mommy?
Hi, Mom.
And younger brother Owen.
Say nighty-night.
Night-night.
In the early days, we lived on what we now look back on, we called the continent normal.
It was just perfect. Owen was easy as pie, just gentle, happy. He was interacting, speaking completely normally. You know, this is my crib. This is Walter's big boy bed.
I still can't watch.
You still can't watch it.
He had a few hundred words, his usual 2.5-year-old vocabulary.
Is this a house?
This is a house.
He could say what he wanted, I love you, let's get ice cream, where are my Ninja Turtles?
Then, 3 months after that backyard sword fight, a sudden and seismic shift. Owen's words began disappearing at an alarming rate.
Cornelia says, something isn't right with Owen. She says he's not talking. And I'm noticing it too. And then she says he won't look at you.
And I actually thought that he was having a hearing issue because you'd say, Owen, and he wouldn't turn and look at you.
Owen! More, you want to give Owen a hug?
In their home movies, you see, he's disconnected.
His motor skills seem to have gone haywire. You know, he's walking around like someone with their eyes closed. It doesn't make sense. Kids don't grow backwards.
Worried, they take Owen to a specialist.
I remember literally just like holding him in a bear hug and just thinking, you know, I'm just gonna hold you so tight and love you so much that whatever is going on will go away.
And then the doctor sits us down and she says, let me explain this to you. This is called autism.
We didn't hear anything she said after she said that word. We just couldn't possibly comprehend that this could be Owen and this could be his future.
We're looking at that video like we're looking for clues to a kidnapping. Where did he go?
You feel like you've lost your child. When you can't get them to smile when you say something or to respond when you say, I love you, that doesn't leave you with a lot.
Look what we have here. What is this, Owen?
For the next year, intensive speech and language therapy becomes Owen's full-time world.
Stop sillies.
But he remains silent.
Those 300 words, we're down to a single word, juice. One word. Now, Cornelia thinks he wants more juice because he's saying juicervos over the last couple of months. All right, juicervos, juicervos. She says, oh, he wants more juice, doesn't want the juice.
Owen had always enjoyed Disney movies, like The Lion King.
It means no worries for the rest of your day.
But now they're his only comfort.
He would calm down during the movies, so that was our little refuge.
Hakuna Matata.
That was really the only time we would be together.
I want to be where the people are.
Then one day during a family viewing of The Little Mermaid, a movie they watch over and over again, a revelation. Owen's repetition of the word juice suddenly makes sense.
It's the moment where Ariel realizes she needs to become human.
Can you do that?
And she makes her deal with Ursula the Sea Witch. The key moment of the movie. And Ursula says, it won't cost you much, just your voice.
It won't cost much, just your voice.
And Owen rewinds.
Just your voice.
Third rewind, fourth rewind.
Just your voice.
Cornelia says, it's not juice. I said, what? She says it's not juice, it's just.
I thought, oh my God, that's what he's saying. He's saying, just your voice.
Just your voice.
Oh my God, I grab Owen, just your voice. And he says, juicervos, juicervos, juicervos. And it's the first time he looks at me in a year. And Walt starts jumping into bed. Owen's talking again. And Cornelia begins to cry, saying he's still in there.
Ron's convinced his vanished boy is re-emerging.
We go to the doctor the next day, and he's like, you're probably not going to like this. Have a seat. We call this echolalia. Is that what I think it means? She's like, kinda. Echo. And I'm like, you mean like a parrot? He's like, kinda.
And the doctor seems prophetic. Over the next 3 years, Owen barely speaks. Then he defies the medical prediction. It's Walter's 9th birthday. Owen is 6.
We were cleaning up, and Walt was hanging out in the backyard and kind of down in the dumps.
And then Owen follows us into the kitchen, and he says, Walter doesn't want to grow up like Mowgli or Peter Pan. And then off he runs. It was like a thunderbolt went through the kitchen. Cornelia's like, well, what is that? What just happened?
Wow, what? What did he just say? You know, he actually noticed something about Walter, and he is able to verbalize that to us.
I mean, it was not only his first sentence, it was a big sentence and a complex sentence, and actually an insight that we ourselves did not have about Walter.
It was enormous. You know, it was a complete changing of the telescope, really.
He's using these movies to interpret our world, the bigger world. So at that point, we just are giddy. And Cornelia, after several hours of this conversation in the kitchen, says, find a way back in. Find a way.
Next.
I grab the puppet, and I say to him in Gilbert Gottfried's voice,
Owen, how does it feel to be you?
Finding Owen. How does a puppet show crack the code?
It's our first conversation since he's 2 years old.
2020 continues with Finding Owen. Once again, Deborah Roberts.
Owen Suskind's brother Walt is celebrating his 9th birthday, and it's brought the best gift the family could imagine. 6-year-old Owen, trapped in silence by his autism, finally speaks.
That was really a huge moment of revelation.
Owen compares his brother Walt to Peter Pan, a sudden glimpse into the mystery of his mind.
I have to grow up tomorrow.
Grow up?
Could Disney movies be the code breaker? The key to communicating with Owen? Ron has an epiphany.
I go up to the bedroom, And then I see on the floor next to the bed is a puppet. It's Iago, the evil sidekick to the villain Jafar in Aladdin.
Jafar! Jafar! Get a grip!
So I crawl across the rug as quietly as I can. I don't want him to look at me. And I throw the bedspread over my head. I grab the puppet. I push the puppet up through the bedspread. And I say to him in Gilbert Gottfried's voice,
Owen, Owen, how does it feel to be you?
And Owen turns to the puppet like he's bumping into an old friend. He goes, not good. I'm lonely and I have no friends. And then we talk. It's Iago and Owen. It's our first conversation since he's 2 years old. It's like Mozart. I throw over the bedspread. I'm like, we're speaking in Disney dialogue. I hug Owen. I run down. I hug Cornelia.
That bedside discovery launches an experiment, what Ron calls the basement sessions. Every night, the family gathers to watch and reenact Disney scenes, like from The Jungle Book.
Wherever I wander, wherever I roam.
Cornelia and I basically get PhDs in Disney.
We were jumping into his language and his world, going in to where he was, rather than trying to bring him out to where we were.
They soon discover Owen has memorized dozens of Disney movies, and not only knows the lines, he's using the film to teach himself about life.
He started to use the movies as a kind of mirror to understand his life. Hercules for not giving up.
You've got to swear she'll be safe from any harm.
A Jungle Book for making friends.
Good old Papa Bear.
Pinocchio for what it feels like to be a real boy.
You are a real boy.
Owen's at a school for children with learning disabilities. His language skills are improving.
What is it, O?
It's a bus game. Yeah. All starfish. Another present?
And soon, his art skills, too. By age 11, 5 years after uttering that first sentence at Walt's party, Owen's spending hours immersed in animation in a new way, drawing. When Ron stumbles upon his sketch pad, he begins to understand Owen's view of himself.
As I flip through the pages, I see there's 100 sidekicks. No heroes. The last 2 pages, he writes 2 things. I am the protector of the sidekicks. And on the last page, he writes, no sidekick gets left behind.
And for every sidekick, there's a hero. For Owen, it's his brother Walt, a student body president on the football team and popular.
Like any big brother, you want to be his protector, you want to be his role model.
Walt's rites of passage become a roadmap for Owen. When Walt celebrates his bar mitzvah, Owen takes notice.
And as the age approached, Owen said, when is my bar mitzvah? I never thought, okay, Walter's having a bar mitzvah, Owen will have a bar mitzvah.
It would be a life-changing event. The years of therapy, Disney movies and otherwise have paid off.
Shabbat Shalom.
Owen wrote the sermon himself.
Sometimes people are scared of people who are not like them. They can be mean and ignore them sometimes. We should never take advantage of another person's weakness.
I would say that Owen's bar mitzvah day was the proudest day of his life.
God gave me strength, courage, and a big heart.
He was bursting, just blew everybody away.
Take a look at all the faces beaming at you. Take that snapshot with you every day from now on.
Let's hear it for the star of the show.
The message of acceptance that Owen has shared with his temple, he wants to share with the world.
He said to us, I really want people to know what people like me with autism are, that we're just like them.
By now, Ron's written 5 best-selling books about education, politics, the economy. But now he decides to share the story of Owen in a book he calls Life Animated. Then, Academy Award-winning filmmaker Roger Ross Williams takes notice.
I really wanted to tell the story of the outsiders. And I really wanted to tell the story of people like Owen who people look past.
Next, meet grown-up Owen today.
My name is Owen Susskind.
Proud of you, buddy.
Living it up.
Here we all go.
With his Disney heroes.
What if you were the job husband?
And finding love. Stay with us.
Finding Owen. Once again, Deborah Roberts.
Owen was about to go through this really transformative year of his life. He was about to graduate from school. He had fallen in love. And he was about to become independent. So I was going to follow Owen and hit these moments in his life that are universal.
Universal moment number 1, boy meets girl. Owen finds love at his school for special needs, surprising his family.
Seeing Owen in what he calls a love relationship was the single most joyous thing of my life.
These are for you.
Thank you, Owen.
You're so welcome.
It's beautiful. It's romance.
Emily is wonderful and cute and adorable and sweet, soft, and gentle.
Seems Owen has his future all mapped out.
When I move into my apartment, Emily will move into the apartment above me and we'll be neighbors in love.
The man capturing these moments, director Roger Ross Williams, wants his film to be an honest portrayal of Owen. But behind the scenes, he's forced to be honest with himself.
I didn't know anything about autism. To be honest, I was uncomfortable in the beginning around Owen. I didn't know how to behave. I was like everyone else in the world.
But over time, some things come into focus for the filmmaker.
That was the first stereotype that sort of got broken down for me because I was like, people with autism actually fall in love and have relationships.
Owen met his first love at Disney Club, a group he created for classmates who share a love of Disney to discuss their feelings.
He lives in you.
What was Mufasa teaching Simba? Jessica?
The club even has an occasional star drop in. Like Jonathan Freeman, the voice of Jafar in Disney's Aladdin.
Your father's charged me with keeping peace in Agrabah. The boy was a criminal.
Jonathan and Owen take center stage to run a few lines together.
Ready.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute, Jafar. What if you were the job husband?
But the two are quickly upstaged by another familiar voice.
The idea has merit.
Yes, merit! Gilbert Gottfried!
The surprise guest, Gilbert Gottfried, brings down the house.
I just don't believe it! We're never gonna get a hold of that stupid plan!
It's graduation day on the Cape, and Owen Susskind has a cheering section worthy of the Red Sox.
Every single member of our family came to that graduation. It was an extraordinary day. It really was.
Owen Harry Susskind from Cambridge, Massachusetts.
And there he was, with this mortarboard on, and holding up his arms, saying, I made
Dad.
I'm so proud of you. You're the greatest.
I am the greatest.
You are the greatest.
Here we are, Owen.
Yes, here we are.
Months later, another first, when Owen moves into his own apartment. Taking up residence here in a supported community, but living on his own in a condo. And just as he imagined, his dream girl is living right upstairs.
Oh, yay.
In a million years, I would never have imagined that Owen would be where he is today. Never.
A new home. Goodbye, Mom.
And all of a sudden, it's the moment of letting go. And then we say, see ya. I love you. Have a good night. Calls tomorrow. That moment of release and exhilaration and terror all at the same time.
Afterwards, the documentary cameras keep rolling. Like most nights, Owen picks a movie to watch. On the first night of his independence, he chooses Bambi.
Bambi, quick.
hunters are in the forest chasing Bambi and his mother gets shot.
I didn't see that until I was sitting in an audience at Sundance at the premiere. So there I am sitting with 800 people around me, and I'm seeing Owen's first night on his own and the movie that he chose, and it just blew my mind. I think he chose Bambi because he was losing his mother. That really tore my heart out.
28-year-old Walt also surprises his mother, revealing his deepest feelings about becoming the future caretaker of his younger brother.
It'll be just me. And I'll be ready. I've been getting ready my whole life, but it can kind of be overwhelming to think about. Yeah, it can keep you up at night.
Those were feelings that Walter never shared with us. Never.
Run upfield, run. Owen, go!
That's his life. That has been his life. It's very hard for us to hear, but it's true.
It's a little different, I feel like, for me as a brother, because in some ways, I feel like a brother. In some ways, I feel like his parent.
Proud of you, buddy.
I did great.
What role will the big brother play next when the phone rings and the news is not good?
Emily broke up with Owen.
When we return.
It's driving me crazy.
Owen's brother Walter is being filmed for the documentary When the Phone Rings.
I just got a call. Emily broke up with Owen. There was a meeting with all the caseworkers today. So basically the caseworkers told Owen that it was over with Emily in the room. Sounds bad.
The cause of the breakup? The same as so many others.
Emily gave these reasons, like 5 points about Owen being too close and needing space and everything else, so.
The young man who runs the Disney Club, now a member of a much bigger club, the Broken Heart Society, and it hurts.
What's the saying? Boy loves girl, boy loses girl, boy gets girl back in the end.
Boy finds another girl.
But this is driving me crazy. Why did this have to happen to make my life sad forever?
In the film, we watch Owen try to make sense of his heartache by putting pencil to paper.
I created Fuzzbutch, who is a villain in the land of the lost sidekicks. Fuzzbutch's evil powers are to blow fog into people's head, to make the world look like a weird place to them and make them look sad.
Once again, illustrations and animations help Owen navigate his way through a rough reality. And today, the documentary team follows him as he's about to meet some of the legends whose famous characters opened up his world.
Owen!
Eric Goldberg, lead animator for Genie in Aladdin, guides the way. Down this hallowed hall, some of Disney's finest animators.
Owen knows everything they've ever done, every character they worked on.
Hi, how are you? Though Owen sees himself as a sidekick, he gets a hero's welcome from the team.
Nice to meet you. Well, first off, the Disney animators are just giddy. They're like, Owen knows our work better than we do.
He's an artist, as good as many. He can sit down and draw most all the characters better than I can.
And that's what they love about him. Like, look what he's doing there. That's a little more vivid. And so that's Owen's life, and we hope, and he hopes, that someday that'll be a part of what he does.
But until that day comes, Owen Susskind is on the clock just like the rest of us.
Just gonna shower and brush my teeth, okay? My lunch is all set, ready to go. I'm ready.
He holds down 2 part-time jobs. One, no surprise, at a movie theater. Another at a Toys R Us.
90.7 WKKL.
And once a week, he's a DJ at a community college radio station.
My name is DJ Animator, and you're listening to The Disney Show.
DJ animator, playing music in the key of dreams.
Now here's Soon You'll Come Home to My Heart from All Dogs Go to Heaven on 90.7. This here is my kitchen.
With some supervision, he makes his own meals. Calories he burns off at the local Y. With a challenging routine of laps.
Just gonna take a breath, okay?
There, Owen has a comforting group of friends, reassuring him about something that's been bothering him since his breakup, his prospects for finding a new love.
He's Cape Cod's most eligible bachelor.
No matter what, there will be someone out there for me.
There will definitely be someone out there for you, there's no question.
And maybe I can visit that person. She can come visit me.
Absolutely.
That I don't see every day, just some days and some weekends. And besides, I'm being filmed.
I could see
and they'll
that.
know I'm available.
And they'll know you're available.
Next, hitting the red carpet.
Owen is running down the aisle, high-fiving people as he takes the stage. People are in tears. They're screaming out his name.
The celebrity of Owen, when we return.
20 continues with Finding Owen. Once again, Deborah Roberts.
It's the last place the Suskines expected to find themselves, the red carpet of the Academy Awards.
I am here with Owen at the Oscars.
Yep.
Their film, Life Animated, premiered last year and was nominated for Best Documentary Feature.
Owen.
Yep.
What does this feel like to be at this place?
Heaven.
The film's success has brought Owen to screenings around the country
Please welcome to the stage, Owen Suskine.
and the world. A magic carpet of animated movies and the documentary carrying Owen farther into the world than his family ever dreamed.
The way people see those with autism is that they don't want to be around other people. That's wrong.
The Owen effect is extraordinary.
So happy that
People are in tears. They're screaming out his name. He relishes his place in the spotlight.
Yeah! Sport!
Sometimes he's front and center with notable friends from the animated world. His old pal, Gilbert Gottfried.
You marry the princess, and then you become the sultan.
I become sultan? The idea has merit.
He actually knows it a hell of a lot better than I do.
And Paige O'Hara, that voice of Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
If only I could see my father again.
Here at the Virginia Film Festival.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
You are so wonderful.
Oscar-winning composer of Little Mermaid and many other classics, Alan Menken, happy to simply accompany his friend on the keyboard.
Under the sea. Under the sea. Under the sea.
What do you want people to learn about you, Owen, and your life by watching the film? What do you hope other people will learn?
Understand me.
Understand what?
Understand my way in the world.
How many people here like Disney? Show of hands.
I love Disney!
At UVA, Owen and his dad also meet with students studying autism and a few nonverbal people with autism from the community.
It's great to meet you.
What's your name?
I'm Ron.
Using a letterboard, a student joins Owen's quest to not be forgotten.
I'm inspired to know new friends and advocates.
I'm glad to be your new friend, Juan.
We feel no autistic should be left behind. Let's hear it for that. That's something that everybody wants. And Owen says that as so many of the spectrum kids I talk to and adults say it. I want to be out there. I want a life so much like the life you're living or the one you want. So that was always our challenge.
It's become their mission, bringing awareness to people who are all too often overlooked.
Cornelia and I would say to each other, who decides what the meaningful life is? Because I can't count the number of times where people would look at our son and say, that's not a meaningful life. Who decides that? Who decides what the meaningful life is? He's asked that now. He says, I do. And this life I live is meaningful. Let me show you how.
While there's no cure for autism, Ron says their experience with Owen suggests there may be a way to reach people with autism through their obsessions or affinities.
Then we saw there are many affinities. There are kids who are Harry Potter kids and Star Wars kids, dinosaur kids.
Yeah, I know a boy who's obsessed with dinosaurs.
They're everywhere.
Ron's created technology looking at ways those affinities can open the door to communication for other children silenced by autism, using movies as a launching pad to spark conversation.
Want to watch a funny video?
Yeah, I do.
She's laughing. Have you ever been afraid and wanted to be alone?
Sometimes.
Why?
Because I have low self-esteem and autism.
Autism researcher Kirsten Birdwell with Harvard Medical School and Massachusetts General Hospital is now studying this theory that affinities can be therapy.
If it works for families and if families have an experience with it that is positive, who are we as professionals to really not want to look into that and not want to explore it?
Can you look at the Ratatouille teaser trailer?
No such thing as perfection. Autism is a way of being. It's not something to be fixed. It's just the idea of recognizing the joy in your child and following that joy and respecting your child for who they are and for what their interests and talents and passions are.
Every mother's dream for her child, and how appropriate this Mother's Day weekend. Owen is now 26 years old, still working at the movie theater and hoping to find that girl of his dreams. The film about him, Life Animated, is available now on iTunes, Amazon, and on demand. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Deborah Roberts. For all of us here at ABC News in 2020, good night and have a